and sharing our vision and sharing the important things about nutrition, which is what we're all about. And that's the name of the game here from this end. People want to be eating superfoods that'll build their immune system and build every system in their body. So I'd like to welcome everybody, and thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. So there's so much to really share with everyone. First of all, we'd like to go just real quickly, mention some of the people that we had 25 people that hit consultant last month. So I'm just going to read their names off and give them the respect they deserve as they're moving forward in Imperium. And here's a few of the names. We got Leticia Kratz. We have Molly Dunn. We have Julie Spanarelli. We have Molly Dunn. We have Tali Ayers, Anthony Rossi, Sarah Crowley, Maddie Wagner, Daniel Janko, Tamara Shamik, Nathan Mount, Mason Mahoney, Renee Teasdale, Rodri Betancourt, Lisa Carlson, Jeff Bele, Bo Pinto, Jonah Piaxto, Barry Robinson, Leah Williams, Crystal Smith, Benel Maya, Minaya, and Maria Almoredi. These were 27 people that made just consultant last month on their way up the ladder in Imperium's compensation plan. So we really like to congratulate every one of them for getting, you know, when you get started in this business, there's lots of things that can slow you down, and it's understandable wherever you are in our thinking. So these folks, they've been, some of them are brand new, first time arounders and did it in 10 days. And Lucy can cover a little bit more of that, share with you.
Yes, so now we're gonna go to directors. We have Brandon Lugo. Actually, I believe Brandon Lugo went from consultant to director. Katie Janoko, Althea Rose, Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez went probably from consultant, director, and executive. Anthony Hernandez, a huge congratulations. Samuel Cisneros went to executive. And then now Diamonds, the Sunlight Nutrition. Good for you, Diamond, a huge congratulations. And Ronald T went from Diamond, and not only, he didn't stop right there, it went from Diamond to Green Diamond. Ronald T, congratulations. Blue Diamond, yes, Carolina Rocha, congratulations. And Black Diamond, we have a new Black Diamond, and Ra. And of course, the man of the day is Crown Troy Casey. But before we go on, I want to say, you see all this, you guys? Right here? Yes, yes, yes. This is all the checks that they're going to go on the mail today. And I want to say huge congratulations to Nathan Howard, Bob Brand, Brendan Osheren. He's getting $200 check. Melinda Mescayano, Anthony Hernandez, Nathan Mount, and Higgy Robin. Huge congratulations, good job. They all got minimum of 500 group volume, which helps to advance and rank advancing. So a huge congratulations. Now that I'm talking really quick of this, please, if you want to get the 500 extra points, do not mess up with your backup orders. Don't do anything. Set it up and leave it like that. Don't change it. Don't cancel it and come back again. Because maybe what you're doing, a lot of times, you cancel it and then you come back again and the system will not recognize the change. So from the very beginning, for you to be able to get the money and the points, do not mess up with your smart order. I took a picture. I was lucky enough that I took a picture of the 31st that everybody got the points and one person disappeared. out of the blue. So I called corporate, and then I said, what happened? I know he got the 500 points. So they explained to me, if you change your smart order the same week, even if he has some Friday and Saturday, don't change it. Wait until the month, like on the 10th of the month. Don't change it. Please don't change it. Okay, so that way you can get everything. So that's all I have, Michael, and the floor is yours.
Okay, let's get right into introducing our guests for today. So number one, you know, everybody here is at different levels of their business. And I remember when I joined Purium, and, you know, I made my list, and I started calling people. In Troy, there is a beautiful park in front of our house, and Troy used to work out every day right in the park across the street with his kids. You know, Troy's a great dad. So he's always, during that time, we were all going through a change in companies and this and that for a couple years. And I'd see Troy out there doing his working out, keeping his body in shape, doing his rigorous trainings every day. And man, those kids were with him every day. And I went over one day and I said, when I found out about Purium, we had it on our kitchen table, and I brought him over and I said, Troy, check this out. And he looked at the table and he said, oh, I know Purium. He said, I know Sandoval. He's been trying to recruit me for quite some time. And I said, well, we're doing this, and Christopher Taylor's doing it with us. We want you with us, man, because this foods are right up your alley, as you know. And Troy had a lot going on. You know, you can imagine when you're raising two children that are, at that time, they were probably 4 and 5 years old. And Troy was like and Yuri was working downtown LA in her design business, clothing design. And so Troy was like just kicking butt here just working out every day, doing his deal, having a good time. So I've watched this guy for years. I've watched him for years stay committed to nutrition. Please mute your phone when you join us, please. Please just mute your phone yourselves. Thank you. You know, Troy was always committed to nutrition. We've known, Lucy and I have known him and Yuri since they were for about 13, 14 years now. Matter of fact, we went to the hospital when his little girl was born, and she was about this big. And we went in that little hospital, and Troy was all excited, and here's this beautiful little, gorgeous little baby. And so we've been like an aunt and uncle in some ways when we, you know, to help, to be there for Troy and Yuri. So we're friends as well as business associates. And then I want to let Lucy finally introduce him here, because she has been really on top of, you know, staying on top of Troy, helping him in every way she can to support everything he's doing, as busy as he is. So why don't you go ahead and take it, Lucy?
Yeah, we feel very honored to introduce him because, you know, his business went like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, but his vision never changed. Listen what I say, his vision and commitment never changed. He always was very focused on his goal, very like committed. No matter what was going on in the world, he was committed. Whatever things went on in his personal life, he was committed, and his vision never changed. And I remember at one point he said, nobody's gonna be able to stop me. I'm going for it. And I'm just so excited, and I don't need to say anything else. Everybody knows about the certified health nut. So Troy, welcome and huge congratulations. I'm going to crown. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for all the support you and Michael have given me over the years. Great, you know, great lessons just coming out of both you and Michael. You know, first of all, a lesson in persistence, because I was skeptical when Michael presented the opportunity to me, and we had a long-term relationship, and he was persistent. So if you know someone that has hustler potential and it's a good idea, just cultivate that relationship. Definitely let the cat out of the bag as soon as you can, and let them know that they can come anytime they're ready. Because eventually I came over. It took, I think, Michael, it took him like 3 months. He used to see me in the park all the time. And so there's a lesson in persistence right there. And I had my own skepticism, but then I also, because when one of your businesses goes down, you kind of think, you know, well, hey, can I do it again? You know? And so I made a handful of phone calls, but I guess I realized because I'm used to making so many phone calls and turning people on to good stuff that I reached out to the right people. I'd attracted the right people, and my business started to take off. And it wasn't until my sponsor, Christopher Taylor, said, hey, dude, you're almost executive. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? And I looked at my back office and things were trucking along. And so from that point on, you know, I told myself I would climb the ladder, and I got up to Blue Diamond within about 9 months. So I basically built a sustainable business. It was paying me approximately $5,000 a month within 9 months. So I think that was worthy and viable. Got all the way up to $12,000 a month, 2016, 2015, something like that. So in about a year or so, year and a half. And then there were some ups and downs. And here's the thing: where else am I going to go as far as nutrients and real hardcore nutrients? And where am I going to send my clients? And where am I going to send all the people that get a kick out of me on the internet? You know, I got to send them to the non-GMO stuff, right? I got to send them to legit nutrients that I rebuild my spinal cord and eyeballs and teeth with every single day. I got to be able to put my money where my mouth is, work with principles that are life affirmative, which is diametrically opposed to what's pumped down the commercial market right now. So Purium created the infrastructure for me to have my little warrior dance party on top of the planet, right? So I could just get out there and get the world healthy and turn on our primal animals and replenish the soils and align ourselves with, you know, the company's going plastic free. You know, that's a big deal. 2021, that's like a big deal. So grateful that, you know, I stay committed. So grateful for Amy Benner and David Sandoval that, you know, put together the vision and put together the business model. Because I've realized over the years, through the ups and downs of business, a good idea is not enough. You got to have execution. And, you know, now more than ever, people are paying attention to their health. And good. And people want real food. And they've heard of GMOs. And that's probably a good idea if you got non-GMO food. You got non-government tainted food or chemical company tainted food, Monsanto, you know, government subsidized commercial food systems, right? We've got legitimate, organic, high quality, real deal stuff, not the synthetic garbage, 99% of what's sold on the market. So for me, it's a no-brainer because I got to put my money where my mouth is, and consistency on my own health, consistency on going to the gym, right? I'm not a gym rat, but I'll go and move my body. You know, I try to do at least something every day, right? Every day, get out into nature, mobilize the body. When I got the strength, lift some weights. But I'm not a gym rat. But my nutrition's on point, right? Because most people get much more mileage out of fine-tuning their nutrition, working on their sleep and lowering their stress levels rather than trying to outrun their bad diet in the gym. So, and now is a great time for that, right? Because everyone's sitting and they could potentially go into the couch potato situation, but you've got solutions for them, which is great. So all roads lead to the light, and Purium represents liquid sunshine, which is the light. And the world is going to the light. The peace on earth is coming here. There's a little, you gotta crack some eggs to make a souffle, and we're going through that right now. We're going through the mixing process. But what's gonna end up on this planet is peace on earth, sustainable systems. And a Purium-like system is completely sustainable. Why? Because I don't want to spend a lot of time preparing my food, and I want it digestible. I want nutrients, energy from the sun, minerals from the earth to make me electromagnetic, get those energy without taxing my metabolic rate, so my cognition could be much, much higher. And so I can start thinking innovatively outside of the box, because Einstein said, you can't solve the problems at the same level of the mind that created it. So working with Purium for me is a no-brainer, and I'm just so grateful and humble that I can have the level of success that I've had. And I have to tell everyone out there, I'm failing my way to success. Literally, I am just failing my way to success. It doesn't matter how, if I fall on my face and do a face plant, I pick myself up and I keep going, and I just keep going. And even if that's just inch by inch, right? That makes life a cinch, as opposed to, here's a good entrepreneurial quote that has ballast. Do what most people won't do for a good year or two of your life and have the life that most people will never have, right? Because they've done the work. If you can do that and keep a balanced life and keep your health, you can build an empire if you stick your nose to the grindstone. And I've done that multiple times in the 6.5 years I've been with Purium. For me, the biggest learning lesson, I got to tell you, Lucy and Michael, a lot of stuff, and you know this because you guys know me personally, a lot of my work in going Crown came down to surrender and getting out of my own way. And I have to give it up to my team, because there's no way I couldn't have done this with someone out, without like Carolina, without Lucy and Michael supporting me. That's a big deal. So upline, downline. That's why this industry is such glorious. It is equitable, right? If you try and push someone in your downline, you act like a manager and it's like a boss, and they don't want to hear it. So it's this fine line of leadership, of really understanding where people are at and leading them and guiding them as much as you can to the promised land, and building teams around you. I think I may be one of the top recruiters in the company, but I'm not the top paid person in the company. I've learned a lot from other teams. Sarah Reinhelder, they train, and Lucy and Michael train, Ra and Carolina, they train, Oshidans train, Andy Mills train. And so I like to help my guys and work to build teams that way, where everybody uses their skills. And the way it's working out right now with my social media, which, by the way, I built my whole social media and everything with network marketing as the ballast behind me. I've always brought in money for my family with network marketing. So it's been a blessing in my life for the last 15 years. And now it's completely sustainable. And it's been a joy of a business, because it's not so much overhead. And when I pay for my online business to grow that, I do have to spend money on it. And so what I'm saying is people think my social media was built overnight. It was built for the last 15 years of doing things consistently. And, now I'm at a rate of turning out content and talking about the same things over and over again. And I've got the audience coming in. Health and wellness is the biggest thing. And now that everybody's home, it's even going to be bigger. People are really paying attention to their health right now, and people are waking up, and you guys have solutions. So my certified health nut business was built because of my network marketing business. So you're always going to get better, and the better you communicate to people, and that doesn't mean you have to be on social media. Michael Mays is not in social media. He's the leader of the company. All you guys out there have your own, little gifts. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't do it without the Andy Mills and the Oshidans and the Ra and Carolina. I couldn't do it without him, and I couldn't do it without you either, Lucy and Michael. So so I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm so loud on social media right now because there's so many people looking for solutions in what's going on, and I promote Purium just like everybody needs to do the nutrition, and then now everybody's out of work, so I'm like, hey, make money with us, learn. You're online anyways. Why not get on some Zoom calls and let's change the world? And so the business is completely growing. So I don't know. You got any questions for me, Michael? I mean, I talk a little too much.
Troy, I loved when you said a great line, failing your way to success. So when you say failing your way to success, I mean, you're doing these Facebook, you're like I was an actor on television. So you're like a TV actor, you're like a star on the computer. So what, when you say failing my way to success, does that mean like you've done Facebook things where you didn't get reactions and you've built that to where people are now responding to you? Because I talk to people and say, why don't you do a Facebook thing? And they go, oh, I'm too scared. Oh, I
Well,
don't. Go ahead.
Well, that's understandable. That's why I say we're moving towards the gift economy, and the network marketing is the easiest way to play that. Here's my message to you guys out there. Just please be yourself. This is the way we're moving anyways. Just be yourself and tell your story of why you like the products and why you like the company. And that is enough. Nobody has to be anybody else. Just be yourself. If you like being on camera, go on camera. If you don't like being on camera, don't go on camera. Everyone has their own gifts. Michael, you're not on social media that much. You're on the phone. You do the more belly to belly. Obviously you've got more success than the average person in the company. And so obviously, and you're unique. I'm a little bit different, but that everyone's got their own unique thing. But if you follow the duplicatable system taught by the leaders, it will help you out considerably, a lot. It took me 15 years to build my presence online, and I shoot every single day, and I'm not afraid to be in front of the camera or talk in front of the camera.
What's your favorite video that you want people to watch in Purium?
I like the Zen of the MLM. That's made with my sponsor, Christopher Taylor, in your living room, Michael. And the Zen of the MLM. And by Mr. Troy Casey. I've got a whole Purium training channel called Mr. Troy Casey. The Zen of MLM basically just shows you how simple it is. And Christopher Taylor, in this video, Christopher Taylor plays himself. Okay? He's just a regular guy, and that's what he's telling you to do. Just play yourself. Just be yourself. And say this and say that and learn about yourself, about how you communicate out into the world, and then just keep going. And Christopher does pretty good over the years. He's got a real good leisure lifestyle. And, that's what I love about, I was in the park 7 years ago when you were trying to recruit me in Purium, and I'm in the park this week, same park, doing the same thing. And I have the lifestyle, and the lifestyle is everything. Santa Monica, walking around, riding your bike lifestyle is killer.
Just so you know, Troy, they put a fence up in front of the park here, so you got to go to a different park. So anyway, I want you to do me one other favor. Tell me, your main motivation is your lovely wife and kids. Share why you're motivated with those amazing people.
Well, I've made commitments in my life. When I got married and had kids, there was a lot of growing up that I needed to do. And when I could wing things as a single man before, I had a lot more responsibilities. And I had to learn a lot in the ups and downs of business. And we did the best we can. I played Mr. Mom for a while. And I learned a lot about the motherly role and how hard it was, how challenging it was. And through the trials and tribulations, it's made me stronger. And now I just tell my wife, hey, look, I've got everything. I got it handled right up here, right? I see what's on the horizon. I see that people need organic food. I see that there needs to be change. I'm like a warrior, right? I'll go out, I'll handle the food. Oh, there's predators coming on the perimeter. All right, I got that too, right? So I'm on the front lines with the food. I'm on the front lines with the consciousness, and I got to protect my family, right? And so in this domesticated world, one of the best ways to protect your family is to be financially secure. So get your money game on. Get clear on what you want. And you're selling the good stuff. And there's tons of people out there selling garbage, making billions of dollars. So if you get that through your head that you are the change that the world needs, helping the world eat cleaner and greener with Purium products. Plain and simple. Organic nutrients, quality is everything, source is everything. And this is it. You hold the major key for humanity. So get out there and share it with everybody that you know. And don't hold your tongue. And if somebody says no, fine. Somebody says yes, fine. I'm talking to the next person too. It's a no-brainer. Everybody's sitting ducks on the internet right now. A lot of people are flipping out. And the government's giving loans. Anybody who has a sole proprietorship can get a loan. You can get a loan right now at your Main Street bank. All this stuff was announced from the White House briefing just the other day. They're giving money away for people who are in business. So the economy's all going to be safe. Join network marketing. I toured Amy Benner. We're going to start doing 3 shifts on the factory. We're only doing like 1.5 shifts right now. We're going to start doing 3 shifts because people need organic nutrition. People are searching the internet right now. They're searching for information on how to boost their immune system. How you boost your immune system is by lowering your stress levels. If you're living a sedentary life and you're not going outside, then you better do some economy on your nutrients and making sure that your nutrients are working. That way your calisthenics and yoga inside the house, if you can't get outside and walk. I can't believe they put a fence up there. But you got to get your nutrition on point. Otherwise, you don't want to gain that couch potato weight, right? So you got to do your qigong and your calisthenics in the house, and you got to eat clean and light. So there you go, power shake and aminos. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have a little extra calories, but eat light. And if pandemonium strikes more, where they start putting fences up around the health food store and the farmers market, and you're not going to get any food, well, then you got kamut in the cabinet. A thumbnail size of kamut is like 2 pounds of fruits and vegetables. And so we've got nutrient dense solutions and financial solutions for people. I heard people are freaking out. I mean, and I've talked to a few people, but it's not like I watch the news and know. If people need work, no problem. It's a great time to try and build anyways. Your job's probably going to come back. There's not going to be any problem there. But in the meantime, try your luck at something else and just try the nutrients first. How about that? How about that no-brainer? And then look at the teams that we've got. The teams are completely blowing up because I'm on Zooms almost every day talking to people. So people are all sitting at home talking to people.
So Troy,
Yeah.
I mean, you're the CEO of the Certified Health Nut. You're the CEO of your Purium brand partnership. So I just want you to end the call with, I know now, like for example, you got the whole day ahead of you right now. It's the weekend. You got the kids and you're doing your thing. I got a question for you. What is going on with what do you got? Just hypothetically, so we can all see exactly what we need to be doing already, thinking about what are you promoting like today or tomorrow as you start thinking about being on the media. I mean, you're a producer and you're producing and you're in action. So what's your action today that you're thinking of doing to get attention, to let people know something about nutrition on Facebook or wherever the heck you're doing all that?
Well, I either give tremendous value, and anyone listening to this, if you have David Sandoval's Green Foods Bible, just open it up as an oracle every morning, and you could post an excerpt. Just type it in there. Use a little bit of coloring on a Facebook post. The oranges really pop, the purples really pop, and use that on a Facebook post or a Twitter post or an Instagram post. Make a little meme with a saying about some of the nutrients inside the Green Foods Bible. And then put that up as a post if you like that, and just see what happens. Offer tremendous value to people. And when people want more solutions, you've got them. I personally have been doing this for 15 years. So I have online courses, and all roads lead to Purium. Whether you buy my new book, #RippedAt50, I don't know if this is going to show up.
Yeah, it's there. I can see it.
So #RippedAt50, A Journey to Self-Love.
Pull it back a little bit more, Troy, for a second. Okay, pull it back towards you. There, right there. You got it. Now we can see it. There.
So this has the 9 pillars of health, and of course, nutrition is in there. I write about the 5 detoxification pathways. So all the holistic health principles are here. This book was designed out of, when we were going down to the Amazon, Michael, and researching the herbs down there. And I realized, a lot of destruction of the earth was going on. And then I put the videos up on YouTube, and people cared, but it wasn't enough action. So I had to figure out ways to communicate that with people. And then I realized the older I got, I've been juicing for 31 years. The older I got, obviously flooding your body with pre-digested micronutrition has a certain value on the human structure. And at 54 years old, I created that book as a way to show people what's possible. And so whether I'm promoting holistic health through my book, my online courses, Purium, I'm constantly driving people to solutions solutions that are going to help them, or my content is free all day long. I'm putting up extremely valuable content. You know, I'll give you a little tip. If you communicate with people on social media and you do direct messages, DMs, or personal messages, you could do video. And again, not everybody feels comfortable on video, but if you give somebody personal attention on video, people respect that. They trust you more because they can see you. So try that little tip on social media if that gives. But again, to answer your question from before, Michael, not everybody's cut out to be in front of the camera.
Oh, I know. I know, but I just know that you're constantly thinking of how you're going to promote a product, you, the company, the business, and I know that's always on your mind.
Yeah, I use the hashtag Liquid Sunshine, hashtag Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. I talk about things in generic terms. I put the links. If you got 10,000 people on Instagram, you can have a swipe up feature. People can shop right off of your Instagram. If not, you could put the link in your bio, put a hyperlink in there, going to the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and just, you know, drive traffic to that. But Gary Vaynerchuk, one of the best entrepreneur teachers on the internet right now, he wrote a book called Give, Ask, like with boxers. You write jab, 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 jab. So you give as much value as you can, and then engage your audience, right? Ask them, you know, where they're at, and ask them to buy your stuff. Especially if you've got good stuff, you know, ask them to have a look. How about that? Have a look. And I would get your mind around financial fitness and presenting and framing the business as financial fitness and financial freedom, because there's a lot of companies out there trying to sell the health game, but don't have high quality stuff, but they got high powered marketing. So I would hit people with the finances first, and then all the glory of the best nutrients, they start putting it in their body, their life's going to change, and there's a killer business opportunity, and our company's wide open in the middle of a pandemic. So.
Well, Troy, Lucy, how about a couple of questions? We got time to take some questions with Troy?
Yes, absolutely, because I think this is very important subject, and he's very successful in social media. So please unmute yourself if you have a question for Troy about social media or how to work his business, okay? Go for it. Unmute yourself.
Put Troy back on the.
Okay, unmute.
I'm here. I just got I changed my thing. So this is my book. This is my book.
Julie, you can unmute yourself.
I'm actually at a birthday party drive-by right now watching you guys. So I'm good. Thank you for your information, Troy. It was very insightful.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a question for Troy? Feel free.
Any questions, any comments for Troy?
Hey, Troy, this is Maria. Thank you so much and congratulations. Let me put my face on. Yeah, so here I am. I've got a question. Some of the things that I really like about your social media is that you're really authentic. And I think that getting there takes time for people. And am I second guessing doing to like copying other people? So what would be your advice for someone that's trying to find that authenticity in the message?
You know, again, I think as a joke and actually as an amazing service to people as well, my next marketing ploy is going to be an online course on how to be yourself. Honestly, because authenticity is the shift in the paradigm. We're moving into the age of authenticity, the age of implementation. The information age is already over. You can Google any subject and become an expert on it tomorrow. And so, but it's not the information, it's the integration of the information. And even when I teach network marketing, I teach people not to separate network marketing from themselves. There's just many different conversations. I'll have a conversation with a parent at my children's school that has nothing to do with network marketing. I'll have a conversation with a client that I'm trying to lower their stress levels and maybe teach them Qigong instead of weightlifting. So there's always these conversations going on. Which Troy Casey are you going to get? I'm not separate. It just depends on what conversation you're going to get in the moment. I could talk about anything at any time, and I want to be fully integrated. I use the same thing as they do in martial arts. When you throw a punch or a block, your fingertips are completely as integrated as your obliques and all your core muscles going all the way down to your feet, right? That's fully integrated like a gymnast. You're going to want to do the same thing with your mind, your body, and your soul, right? And you're going to want to walk as a complete whole person through the business world. There's no separation. And that's what I think a lot of our issues have come from. We've been disconnected to the sustenance that keeps us alive on earth, and disconnected from each other. And a lot of that had to do with the debt slave system. And I don't know if anybody's really paying attention out there, but I watch the White House press briefings. I don't watch mainstream media. I watch exactly what's coming out. And if you look at 2 days ago, the Treasury took under the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a privately owned bank. And the Treasury of the United States of America took control of it. That's the first time it's happened in over 100 years. This is a big deal. They are taking back our economy. And in the meantime, you have major solutions. So these are, and you can get cheap loans right now. And if you have employees that have been out of work, they're giving away free money. People need to wake up what's happening with finances right now and get out of the debt slave system. Because here's the thing, the way it's looking right now is that debt is going to be forgiven. I don't think that's fully gone into place yet, but the income tax and the payroll tax has been suspended. So people really need to start paying attention. And if we are going to move into a new paradigm, and I'm just claiming that we're moving into the age of authenticity, but the information age is over. The industrial age is long gone, even though you're still sending your children to industrial age school systems, unless you're sending them to a Steiner school or homeschooling them. So the fact of the matter is the systems are up for regime change, for complete change. And the Fed is now underneath the Treasury. That is a big deal. So I would go out and build your business with vigor online while everyone else is sitting ducks in the house right now. And here's a news flash. I'm giving you permission to just be yourself. Because the bottom line is you are amazing. And if you're working with this company, you have sustainable, holistic information, which is part of the new systems. We have to operate with nature harmoniously, harmonically. We get to get back into the natural rhythms. And that's what's happening. Peace on earth is being ushered onto this planet. Heaven on earth is already here. We are just realizing it. That is the bottom line. That's what's happening with this coronavirus. The coronavirus really means crown. Corona, crown. Crown virus. Brain virus. Mimetic virus. Mimetic virus is defined as any idea with values attached to it. And if you're selling weapons manufacturing company, throwing those chemicals, those biochemicals, biowarfare, war profiteer chemicals into the food, weaving it into the food, genetically engineering, and using the herbicides and pesticides. They learned how to burn down the Vietnam jungles and putting that in the people's food, then that is antithetical to life itself. And that system is up. And you're part of that change. And we get to change that now that we're all awake of that. And it's our responsibility, because 70% of the American people are obese and overweight right now. And we're some of the people that are in the know. So it's up to us to spread that. And lo and behold, the government's given away money and took the Treasury away from the privately owned central banks. This is making history. People don't even understand this. They're not putting this on the news because those who own the news channels don't like that, right? And who owns the news? Study central banking, study fiat currencies, study the way of the world and how we're locked into spraying GMOs and poisoning all of our food. That's got to change. And it's starting to change right before our eyes. Take advantage of the tax credits, the unemployment right now, and invest it all into your Purium business. Start talking to people. Just get it out there. These loans, we're going to get a loan as soon as I get off the phone. Holler at your boy. I'm going to inject $100,000 into my business, spend it on Facebook advertising, get it out there. I just saw advertising this morning. Health coaches, they're spending a lot of money. My friend's about to launch this holistic platform, having people on us. You can text and it's a blockchain. They send you money just for answering people's health questions. The health and wellness thing is the biggest thing, and it's only getting bigger because of the coronavirus.
Troy, I have a quick question. I know because a lot of people has been asking me, oh, well, how often I have to post on Facebook? Am I going to be annoyed if I go on Facebook like 3-4 times a day or a week? What is your recommendation?
Post valuable content and then wow them with good content. Share memes. There's a famous, if you study the history of, and excuse my French, but fuck Jerry, they take everyone's memes, remember memes are memetic viruses, brain viruses. So they take graphics off the internet and they just use it on their channels, and they become one of the most famous marketing, online marketing viral brands there, fuck Jerry. And so they take other people's content and they just share it, right? So nothing on the internet anybody owns, and there's nothing new under the sun anyways. All knowledge is knowledge of self. So my point is, whether it's the Green Foods Bible, whether it's one of my posts, one of my videos, one of Lucy's videos in Spanish, it doesn't matter. If you're offering good, solid content on nutrition and health and wellness, and only every once in a while you ask people to buy your product by putting a link on there or asking them to DM you. You know, I would ask people to DM you for more information, but you're giving valuable information to people consistently. So they're coming back for more. And when they're ready to upgrade, they'll hit you up for that ultimate lifestyle transformation, that liquid sunshine that you're hitting every day. You know, if you don't like sitting in front of the camera, take a picture. iPhones are like amazing technology. Take a picture, make sure the light's good, make a power shake. That thing's green. It's like totally green. Make a kamut. That's like emerald green. Take a picture of that and just post, you know, breakfast, snack, whatever. Be consistent with that. And don't even offer any links. If people start communicating, just tell them you'll DM them if there's more interest. And then I made a video, the company made a video on greens and how powerful greens are. You know, keep it generic and keep it informational. And you can post as much as you want. I would say 3 times a day is a good average. From 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. is optimal to about 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. On the weekends, you want to get up as early as possible before people are drinking their coffee and checking their stuff, before they go out for the day. Sometimes real early, especially if you're on the West Coast, you can jump on the algorithms for the East Coast, just by, if you wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. And then as people wake up, they'll start to get it. You got to play with it, but a good marker is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So when people go to work, they check it usually an hour after they get to work, 10 a.m. and lunchtime, 12 noon. And then you've got maybe 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I get 12,000 views on a video on Instagram. Sometimes I get 200 likes on a killer picture. And that's low for me, right? That's super low for me. So the only thing you could do is be consistent. Don't make it a thing. And people want real information and real people. So speak what's on your heart. Like if you get a good idea in the shower moment, because shower means you're grounded. And when you're grounded, you get the divine energy flowing through you easily. And so get out of the shower and write that idea down, or get on and start filming it. Best way to film is to face the light. You see how I'm facing the light in front of my house right now? The light's on me. Just face the light. Try and get the light as even as possible, and not too much garbage in the back, like dirty laundry and stuff. It doesn't work very good. People will comment about that.
Hey, I love that. I love I love your backdrop you had there, Troy.
Yeah, Yuri had it up there. It's cool and it's a little bit distracting, but yeah,
It was very effective. So Troy, all right, everybody, this is the last chance to ask him a question because we're about 1 minute left. Oh, I love it, man.
I know.
It looks great.
Yeah, you go in your preferences.
I'll teach you guys how to do it because I'm learning how to do the backdrop, and I have to update my computer. So
yeah, wait, I have a quick question. I hope.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Marla.
Go ahead, Marla. This is Dr. Marla from North Carolina, everybody.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. I mean, it's almost on a transcendental plane. I mean, you just cut to the truth, and that's probably why you have so many viewers, because you just seem to be so in sync to getting to the core of what is true. But I have a question for people who I speak to about this, who haven't tried it, who haven't had the exhilaration that they get, that we all got as soon as we tried the Purium. Like, the life force is so strong, and the energy just, our energy just zooms. So I was speaking to some people who haven't tried it, and of course they start Googling, and there's misinformation and corrupted sites, just like some of the media is corrupted. How do you speak against some of the stuff, or how do you deal with people who have concerns based on, things that are inaccurate that are out there?
Well, I do like all media outlets do. I try and control the narrative. You get that? I control the narrative. So we got organic nutrients. That's what the body needs. And if you want them, we got them. You can read all sorts of stuff on the internet. And I'm just going to keep being consistent. You're a naturopathic doctor or a medical doctor?
Naturopath.
Yeah, so you are the path of nature. So just keep directing people back to the path of nature. And the path of nature is representative in these high quality nutrients. Body needs nutrients. Until we've evolved or ascended to the light body or something like that, we still need nutrients. And our current light body, right, needs energy from the sun, which is liquid sunshine, which is chlorophyll, which is in plants. This is part of the closed organic cycle. This is what makes life. Life eats life.
Right.
And greens are indicative and representative of that. And so
yeah, very true.
The best way to communicate the path of nature. That's look. I know what the naturopathic doctor situation is all about, and at the true core of it, you can use some exogenous help and machines and prolotherapy. But the bottom line is, you're teaching people how to eat and sleep, and lower their stress levels, and breathe, and eat clean food, and hydrate with clean water, and that's the path of nature. And Purium represents the path of nature in a commercial, convenient, efficient way. And there's always going to be stuff on the internet. Well, we got Prop 65 out here, and so any place from Disney to Starbucks and any apartment rental units, they have this Prop 65, which the dirt on the ground has the potential to have cadmium, lead, and other heavy metals in it. Exactly. And because our stuff is grown in soil, you have to have that. So there's one thing, and we explain it very well on the support website for Purium. The Prop 65 thing, it's explained very well. And then from there, I think there was a lawsuit back there, but just because someone has a lawsuit or files papers doesn't mean that those findings are
valid.
Well, I don't think they won the court case. That was just the paper filings that they have. And so bottom line is, and even if guilty or not, I put the kamut into my body. That's my jury. Okay. That's it. And I've been doing that for 7 years, and I have some marginal level of health, right? More than the average. 70% of the American people are obese. So I'm a little bit healthier than the average. And I've been doing this type of juice materials for a very long time. So as a naturopath, here's to even go more global with it, is it's just efficient. How about everybody that's racing around? Look, Purium works good for us anyways, whether it's efficiency or convenience for the fast-paced person, or now that you're sitting at home, potentially turning into a couch potato. All right, let's eat lighter. Let's go in. Let's spend more time with yourself. Maybe the body needs more rest. How many people are catching up on their sleep? I mean, go for it. Hey, if you can, go for it. I think energetically, that's just a gift from God. We are all restoring ourselves. And, the technology is getting beefed up. They're trying to implement 5G, and supposedly that's extremely dangerous. The way we have cell phone towers set up anyways right now is dangerous. We do get to upgrade that part of the world. But we're all sitting at home. It's best to catch up on our sleep, turn off our Wi-Fi when we can, keep our phones away from us. Electromagnetic radiation and pollution is real. And we're all, look, I'm on my machines all day too, but keep it off and turn off your Wi-Fi as much as you can. And when the 5G gets kicked in, if you start feeling sick from that, try and get away from the electrical fields. You know, go out to the beach, go to the water, see if you feel different, because you know, the technology, we got to watch it. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, you guys, we've covered over an hour.
Yeah.
Really quick, Mela, you have a question?
Yeah, well, my question is more about like, for example, in these moments that we're living, when the people give you the objection of money, like, I'm not in the right moment to buy it and all that. I mean, even you explain, of course, all the benefits that, I mean, our amazing product has. Kind of like how you handle that?
Well, you know, okay, so I understand that you know, I don't want to talk down to that situation, but you know, we all have poverty consciousness and victim consciousness in us. You know, my book is all about the journey to self-love. This isn't about my physique, even though my physique's on there. It's Ripped at 50, A Journey to Self-Love. When we put ourselves as an important and worthy subject to love, and physical love comes in from getting good sleep, putting good nutrition into the body. You know, it's really about, you know, it's really about promoting self-love and love in the world. And to me, that is just common sense. Why don't you ask me that question in another way, and I'll give you a more practical instead of esoteric way to answer that.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, go ahead and ask me that question again in another way.
Well, kind of like, you know, when actually I get people interested, and it's because they've been looking what I'm posting or whatever, or what I'm doing. I just finished my 40 days. I lost 12 pounds. I feel amazing. I mean, and I'm kind of like communicating that with everybody, not just in social media. Actually, I've been talking and connecting with people. My friends, of course, everybody's connecting a lot. So they're kind of like, wow, that sounds amazing. You look good. But when money comes up, it's kind of like they kind of back up. They're kind of like back off of me, like wow, you know, but you know, in this moment, and of course I tell them about that. You anyhow have to buy food. This is real food, you know. So it comes this whole part of education, kind of like talk about how, you know, educate basically people about this. But because it's kind of like together with the moment that we're living, it's kind of hard for them to take the decision because of the money, you know. So
if you're not ready to hear the information, you have to value your time. So it's more about, because everyone's going to have excuses. If they're talking about money, then you have not explained the value good enough, and they're not ready to hear. And then you have to value your own time and know when to cut your losses. Because we're not in the convincing business. You can lead a horse to water, but when you're consistent over time and you're drinking your liquid sunshine and you're getting your results, and you can feel the nutrients into you, then you're sharing only the God honest truth. And you're understanding efficacy, convenience. These things are important because they're going to save people time, energy, and money, and they're going to feel much better. If they're not ready for that, you've got to cut your losses and keep moving. They'll come back around when you're consistent. And I would again start entering the conversation with the business around financial fitness, because so many people over the last 15 years, they complain that they don't have money for organic food or herbs or superfoods. And I'm saying, you can't afford not to. Support yourself, practice self-love, nourish yourself. You either pay now or pay later. Pay the farmer or pay the doctor. It's your choice. Go look at the statistics. 70% of the American people are obese or overweight. 33% has diabetes. 1 in 2 has cancer. Chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, autism, autoimmune, all these sorts of weirdo chronic fatigue elements are creeping up in our world. Why? Because we poisoned our atmosphere, which is poisoning the people, and we're all connected. So
Good answer.
And the mind's been poisoned, right? Scarcity. And I'm telling you, they're giving away free money at the bank. Go down to the bank, get a loan for your business. And the Fed is underneath the United States Treasury for the first time in over 100 years. So expect miracles is what I'm saying. Go watch those White House press briefings straight from the horse's mouth, uninterrupted, unedited, and see what the Secretary of Treasury and the Secretary for the Small Business Association is. Watch the press briefings. The money is being given away. Go get some money down at the bank and go build your Purium business. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. We got somebody that's economic that's in the White House right now, and he wants to build the stimulus back, and everybody's out of work, and he wants to put all Americans back to work, and he injected all this money and took back the Fed. Hey guys, that is a big deal. Ron Paul wanted to do that. If anybody was following politics, I follow geopolitics as a hobby. I watch it like entertainment, like a soap opera, but it's very interesting to me. And Ron Paul was into auditing the Fed, and so was JFK. And what do they do to JFK? And they just took the Fed underneath the United States Treasury. This is history in the making, and most people aren't paying attention to this. Go down to the bank.
So I got a question. When you get up after a seminar like this, can you get up and run down that beautiful flower path behind you and just, because that would be a nice, that path behind you looks so amazing to be able to run through on the prop.
Oh,
the prop behind you.
No, hold on. I'm gonna go tiptoe through the tulips. Can you
Oh,
see me?
you guys are still here. I lost my connection.
Can you see me?
Yes,
Yeah, looks great. Looks great.
pretty good.
Woo!
Okay, with that, I think we can close the call, Michael.
Yes, yeah.
And Troy,
I'll close on one question, Troy. So what's the name of your book so they can Google it?
It's hashtag rippedit50book.com. It's hashtag rippedit50, a journey to self-love. Here, I'll show it to you guys right now. And the forward was written by the great Paul Chek. And so hashtag rippedit50, a journey to self-love. I shot this when I was 53 years old. I was at a 5-day yoga seminar with Ra of Earth. We were walking barefoot for 5 days in a row. I was loving it. And so I shot that when I was 53. I'm 54 now. And this is all the tools you need to tune up the human being's spiritual spacesuit. And Purium is in the cornerstone. Herbs and superfoods are in the cornerstone of this book. And so this is my swan song, End Around to Save Humanity. It is entertainment par excellence. I promise anyone who starts reading it, they will be propelled through a great piece of entertainment. And then the medicine is embedded there, the 9 pillars of health, the 7 factors of stress, and the 5 detoxification pathways that restore health. And so rippedit50, a journey to self-love.
All right. So Troy, listen, I know you've got another goal for yourself now that you've hit Crown. What's your next goal in Purium?
Well, it's always been 2-star Crown, and then the ribbing each other between me and Andy Mills is Royal Fleet Commander, and so because what is it now, Royal Crown or something?
Royal Crown, yeah.
Royal Crown 2, I do believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to be Fleet Commander, and so 2-star Crown is the next step, and then we're going full Fleet Commander right after that. We're going to override whatever the compensation plan says today.
Well, we want to thank you for just joining the call and sharing so much information from your heart, and just continued success for you, the family, the kids, Yuri. We love you guys, and you deserve all the success that comes your way, Troy. Do you want to close the call out, Lucy?
absolutely. And you know how I want to close the call. Unmute yourselves, please. Everybody needs to unmute yourself. Please, please, please unmute yourself, unmute. And we're going to do 30 seconds. 30 seconds is good, Michael?
Yeah, 30. That's a good number.
30 seconds of
Laughter.
Of laughter.
a laugh, okay?
The laughter way
You
off.
got, you got to do the smile. You got to do the smile challenge too. You got to smile at the same time.
Yes.
Ha 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 ha.
Here we go.
Ha 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 ha. Take a screenshot, Lucy. Ha ha. Get up there, guys. Smile. Ha ha ha.
Oh, golly Moses. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Troy.
Bye. Bye.
Blessings to you all. Stay healthy.
Gracias.
Love you.
Yeah, very good.
I'm gonna get into an accident here. I don't have to leave my meeting.